Yeah. Hello. OJ is very persistent. First of all, I must apologize. This video took quite a while. Just been a lot happening from my side. Yeah. No, I thought OJ gave me feedback about the other video. And he said you guys enjoyed it when we spoke about it. Yeah, as you know, the one thing, I think you guys are playing Hudson. I think the one thing that stands out to me against Hudson through the years, it's how arrogant Hudson was. It wasn't like the fact that there was this deep rivalry that you felt. It was just like how the guys acted. I remember in my year, in our year 2005, we played against Hudson and we were under 16. And it wasn't the best game. I think we lost 25-0 or something like that. It was a border schools day. And I remember OJ was 16, I was 16, and we were playing there. And it wasn't, some of the senior players didn't stand up. And I think that was the year before they had beaten Selborne. And they were invited to the Kes festival or something like that. I remember some of those punks calling us amateurs. No, you guys are amateurs, what. And we played them, and the score, I think that year, I think it was 25 something. And I was like, I don't understand why our team has to sort of lose to this team, because there was nothing special. There was nothing special about Hudson, besides the fact that as a school we were a bit younger, and apparently growing up back in the day, they used to give their third team to play against our first team. So they've always had this thing of, no, we can't lose against Stirling, we can't do this thing. And that happened in our 2005 year. It seemed like they were arrogant and all that type of stuff. I remember we lost that game, wasn't happy. Played them again during the, derby day. It had a better game, but it's just that, again, our seniors didn't stand up because we were only 16 at the time. Listen, we weren't bad players, but even in an environment, even if you're good, but if you're only 16 and the other oaks are 19, stuff like that, they always have that sort of advantage over you. Ended up losing against Hudson in 2005 again. I remember when we got to 2006 and now we were the seniors and we were like 17, grade 11. We were like, nah, stuff this thing. We're going to chow Hudson properly. And we're playing at Stirling. Now the worst possible thing happens at Stirling. It's raining. We were ready, to put Hudson away. It was raining hard. We were playing against the wind. And for some reason, OJ and the rest of the back line weren't kicking the ball out and high enough. So guys were kicking the ball up and the ball was swirling back into the wind. I guess you guys know that Stirling wind. Once it's windy that day, you have to kick it low and hard. So the boys weren't kicking the ball, they were kicking it up, it was floating back and stuff like that. So Hudson sort of kept us in our half. And I remember the score, something like 20, first half. I think first half it was like 18 or 20 something. No. Like Hudson has got us. It was the first half. Because they were playing with the wind. Come second half, we're like, nah, we're going to take this game back. We had them, we pumped them second half. I remember the score, I think it ended up being 14-20. Because what they did, which we weren't doing, is that in the second half, whenever they got turnover ball, they were just used to boot it. And they used to travel. I remember Umpilo, we ended up being good mates. Umpilo Njeloza, he was playing fullback for them, made a boot on him. Ended up playing 14-20 against Hudson. It was a bad feeling, because at the end of the day, it was like, man, we can pump these schools. We know we have it in us. It's just those small things, those psychological things of not pumping these schools 20 to 40 points. And those days, we only played them once. I think you guys get them twice. We only played them once. And so fast forward the following year, and we're playing at Hudson. And now guys are like, nah. We've lost Hudson twice in a row. Last time we beat Hudson was when I told you when OJ was pumping a guy called Stumpo on the pitch smashing guys, and we beat them under 15 year. We came back that year, I think it was 2007. Yo, we were ready, bro. We were ready proper. I think we pumped them close to 40 points to 20 or something like that. I think could have even been more. So it was just attitude shift. It was just something that was building up over the time to just realize that, listen, we don't care if you guys are 50 years older than us or all this type of stuff. Come the day, come the hour, as the song says. The Stirling's called. We're gonna produce. So we pumped them at their home ground in front of a massive crowd. It's one of the, besides playing against Queens, I think that's one of the biggest crowd we've had, because it was big. It was like all the schools came, the Cambridge was there, Port Rex was there, and our game was a bit later, and I think some of even the guys from the colleges were there to watch that game. And Hudson, from the first carry, from the first carry to the last carry, we didn't put our foot off the pedal, and we pumped them about 20 to 30 points difference, that year. And I think that's just a mental thing, a mental shift that we had as guys to say, listen, there comes a point where, it's either you do it or you don't. And those memories last forever type of thing. Like, if you do it, you live with the memory. If you don't, you'll live with the memory either way. So that's the culture that we created for ourselves, that we want to live with these memories forever. To this day, you meet guys at the bar from Hudson, you meet guys from all these different places. They still know your name. They still buy you a drink and stuff like that. I remember last week I was watching Stormers at the Cape Town Stadium, and there's like a bar called Vasco da Gama. Afterwards, the guys go party there. And I met some guys like from Queens. I met some guys, I think Peter Smith, OJ will probably remember. Peter Smith, the guy from Selborne. And the respect is still there. The guys know you. He's like, hey, how are you doing? And guy talks about the other guys, like we'll talk about Roy, a guy that was at Selborne. How are you? Give each other hugs, get drinks, speak about business and all that type of stuff. It's all about the respect that you guys have put on each other. So don't think that the effort that you're putting in, you won't yield the results. I remember even at there, I met a guy, Lionel Cronier, he's still playing professional rugby to this day. I met his brother there. And we had a chat. His brother was older than us, and he knew my name. And he was talking to me. He's like, oh, no, Lionel's doing this, AB, and this is married. And he told me about his dad, which is Lionel's dad, that passed on. And we had a memory that I actually knew Lionel's dad from a young age, and we used to speak to each other. And he was just an old man that was so genuine with us, Like, it's those type of relationships and those type of foundations that we formed, And we had a whole little drink session with those guys. So never feel that the memories that you're making, the effort that you're making is going to be in vain. And this is what I was harping on at the time. The effort that you make, the respect and the hard yards that you are putting in today in terms of playing your best, putting out your best, putting your name out there. Because a guy, he can be cocky and stuff like that. But if he feels you in that tackle, he'll know so-and-so can tackle the hell out of me. If he feels you in that carry, And that's what we did for each other. They knew when Siklem Tour is running at you, he's going to run hard. He's not going to stop fighting. He's going to carry on. If you're at that ruck, he's going to hit you hard in that ruck. If he's going to tackle you, he's going to tackle you the hardest tackle that he can. And the one thing that they're not going to stop is they're not going to stop coming. They knew when OJ is coming on that switch, you better be ready, because he's probably going to bounce a couple of oaks. They knew when Luke McLeod was running down the touchline, Oak was going to pump his legs and not going to stop. And that was the culture that we created for ourselves. Besides the whole hype of the school and whatever, it was just a culture that we created for ourselves, that guys had a respect for us. See, like guys like Kretzmann, you meet him, as I said, Peter Smith, Roy Bursey, all these guys that went to these Selborns and all these schools, there was respect. A thin line of inner respect, because they knew when they jawed against us, Oaks played. It was a hard game, it was a proper game, and they had to take it out the bag sometimes. Sometimes we took it out the bag and won the games. And that's what I can say about you guys, that remember what you're doing. It's all about you. Do it for yourselves. Go out there today, tomorrow, and have a good game, enjoy it, and don't have doubts. Because at the end of the day, after that 80 minutes or 70 minutes, that's it. It's done. There's nothing more. After school, it's done. You're never going to play Hudson again. Never going to play Selborne again. Maybe you go to Varsity Cup, play some Varsity Cup, enjoy some Varsity Cup. There you'll get another brotherhood feeling. But in terms of you playing the green jersey of Stirling, it's done. That's it. No second chances, no whatever. Play 70 minutes on the field and enjoy it. And I know that Stirling as a school is putting in the effort to make sure you guys have the opportunity to enjoy it. Some of you guys I see have made it through to the 7th circuit and all that type of stuff. So remember that the work that you're doing, you're opening up a gap for the guys to come, to go to better tournaments and all that type of stuff. When we were there, we only had Graafrenet, there were no other tournaments. Only in our year, went to Graafrenet, and then I think went to St. Andrew's tournament. That stuff that the guys before us came and built for us, and then we built that you guys could go to different tournaments, harder tournaments, invited to Graham Day, I think it's Graham Festival and all that type of stuff. It's the foundation that we built for you Oaks to carry on. So you guys must do the same thing. Build a foundation that guys are invited to bigger Easter tournaments. Build a foundation that the school is looking to give more bursaries to guys to come play. It's all about that effort and those hard yards, those small moments that you guys put in each and every day. So good luck, and remember, it's only a game, but it's one hell of a game that you can leave a legacy for years to come. I know you guys can go out there and enjoy it. And for my side, I'm happy. I saw the result against Cambridge. I saw some good offloads, some stepping there. Keep that up, guys. Enjoy the game and play with flair. And that's what Stirling has always been about, expressing yourself and playing with flair and playing with confidence. Do that. You're not delegated to some sort of structure. We don't have the pressure of there's a big expectancy for us to pull off those things. No one's expecting that type of thing. Always expecting is guys that are going to wear their heart in their sleeves and go to put out a good performance. Peace out and good luck.